Hey, this feels really weird. I have to be honest with you guys. I have really struggled with this channel for a long time, figuring out like what I wanted to do, the direction that I wanted it to go in, and it just hit me. I've had so many like strange realizations in the past like probably 6 months, life-changing realizations. One thing that I've realized is this is like my has always been like a sounding board. I felt the most like safe here, either talking about my personal life or talking about my family, whether that was dealing with losing people or, you know, coming from Eastern Kentucky and Appalachia and dealing with addiction in my family and, all those things that I felt personal to me. And then I realized that like that's kind of what people like what's missing here on YouTube, what people are used to seeing. And I've never been a person like um I don't consider myself an influencer. I hate that. I don't even like consider myself like a YouTuber. I don't really know. I'm just most of you know that I'm writing a book, and I feel like there's so much power in connecting with people, and that's really been more evident to me in the last year than it ever has been. Just the amount of messages and the engagement from people on social media, talking about my life, coming from poverty, where I am now. And I've really realized like what my purpose is, and I don't know like what the future is to hold, but I want this to be my channel, my YouTube channel. I want this to be the place that I can come to. And if I want to do a vlog, I can do a vlog. If I want to talk about, things that are going on, if I want to talk about life, if I want to, whatever it is. And I do have things planned. Like I'm about to kick off a podcast. I'm writing a book. And so I'm like considering, what things do I put into a video that I should rather hold off for a book. And if I do a podcast, do I start a whole nother channel? And I'm like, no, I feel like I want it to be here. I started here. Something feels special about here. And this channel has evolved a lot over the years. I was doing crime stories, and I was doing little adventures, and I still might post some of that stuff here and there, like not crime, but like vlogs, as in like going out and doing stuff. But at the end of the day, this is the only platform that I feel like I can really sit down, I can push the record button, and I don't have to come in here with this big, huge production. And there are some highly produced videos on my channel right now, but I want the majority, like, I want to be able to just come on here, push record, and just talk to you all. And I feel like that's what people really are missing before everything became, Mr. Beast style content. And I miss that myself. And so I really struggled with like, what is my niche? What am I gonna get on here and talk to you guys about every single day? And I asked a poll on my broadcast channel on Facebook, and you guys said that you really liked all the content. You guys, like the randomness of it all. And I had someone contact me. I really put a lot of thought in this, and it was someone that was like trying to get me to do some sponsored posts for a retail store, a big box retail store. And they were like, yeah, like your content is kind of everywhere, and it's not really something that we're looking for. um Here are some examples of like influencers that we look at, some people that we look at. And I thought to myself, I really kind of studied that for a minute, and that's not me. That's not me. It'll never be me. I'm never gonna pretend that my life is perfect. Never gonna pretend that I love a $20 shirt from Amazon when I hate it. I'm never gonna pretend in this life that I'm ever going to lower my values for something. And that's something that's really become really aware to me with people, because I've always really struggled with people, and I've always really struggled with, I feel that I give way more to people. I give to a world of takers. And one thing that's become really evident to me is that people are, um, they want to be blind to certain things, you know? And sometimes you have to keep your cards to your chest, and you can't tell everybody everything, and you can't react to everything, because people will forget the things that they said and did to you, but they will look at your response, right? Because your response usually, the way that you react is what people see the last. And so I've really been taking a step back, and I kind of got content burnt out for a while on, what am I doing here? What is this channel? Where is it going? And I'm like, you know what? I miss just sitting in front of a camera and talking to you guys. Like, I don't have to go and take this video and spend 7 hours editing it, and I do want to do that still here and there, but I just miss the old YouTube and the way that things used to be before everything became so quick and fast and flashy. And like, so many things have changed too. And for example, like, this is like not a big change or anything, but um I got a new car, and I've had a couple of new cars over the last couple of years, and you know how many times I posted those vehicles like into social media. And I'm not judging, or like onto social media, and I'm not judging anybody that like wants to do that. Like, I've never been the type of person that wanted to be flashy. I like nice things. We all like nice things, but I feel like people are struggling, and I feel like I've looked back at, growing up. My dad was a coal miner. If you don't know my story, he struggled with alcoholism. My mom has her own things going on. She's struggled with addiction and grew up in a household with a lot of trauma. And I looked back at my story for so long, and there wasn't really a lot of anger until I started to heal. It's kind of weird. I've never been bitter about the things that I've been through in life. I've just kind of looked at them as like, this is my journey. And in a lot of ways, I'm really thankful that I didn't have things handed to me, because I see people that literally have everything that they've ever wanted and more, and they are so miserable, and they don't really appreciate. They kind of just want more and more and more, and they don't appreciate what they have, and they don't appreciate their parents. And I look back and I'm like, we didn't have a lot, and my parents struggled with saying that they loved us, but I know that they did, for sure, without a doubt. And it wasn't a love that was bought. There's something about going through that struggle with your family, especially from a young age, that it just makes you realize when you're older, that your parent was also growing too, you know? And so I don't look back at my parents, and I'm not mad at them for anything. I did go through that period, and we all do and say things that we don't mean. But I came to this realization that they did the best that they could with what they knew how. And I have a lot of peace with that lately, and a lot of peace within myself. I've always been a really independent person. I don't like date, I don't use dating apps. I'm not really actively pursuing a relationship. I feel like a lot of people rush things in life. They rush to go get married, and they rush to have kids, and then they find themselves a decade later, kids that they love, but maybe a partner that they don't. And I don't want that to be me. And I'm still figuring things out like everyone else, but I'm really focused on my career, and I'm really focused on just having a life that was so different than I grew up with. And when that time does come, if I ever have kids, to be able to provide them with a life that was so, so different than the life that I had. Again, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for everything, guys. I think this pause was really necessary, and it was very necessary because I said in a video, I don't think it's on this channel anymore, but I said in a video a long time ago that I never want to put anything out there that I don't that I look back on and I feel bad about what I said or did. You know, I never ever want to put bad energy into the world that I'm going to later regret. And I don't know. I think a lot of people are they misunderstand you, or they purposely want to misunderstand you. You know, they don't want to read between the lines on things, or they already have an opinion of you and it's kind of stuck. And I'm just like at this point that I'm like, okay, like I can't control the world. And a lot of these things are temporary. You know, even friends that you think that you're going to have for a long time, they're temporary. People change. Jobs are temporary. Um, those people at your jobs are usually not your friends, they're coworkers. And sometimes they can turn out to be a friend, but it just all depends on the situation. But I feel like I've just in a lot of these situations, I and at jobs throughout the years, I've tried to make people like my friends and my family, and I've confided in people that didn't really want the best for me. And I had friends that were like that too. And I'm just like, okay, like I needed to pause in so many areas. I had to just pause with content. I had to just pause with figuring things out within myself so that way I could be the best version of me in the world. And that's what I've really spent time on doing. And so, you know, I don't really know like where this channel is going to stand um in terms of like I would like to get back to making a video at least once a week, but I do have some things planned in terms of like doing podcast style interviews that are centric around like human stories. That's always been really like important to me. I don't know, I love hearing people's stories, and I think that when you put those out into the world, that it lets people know that they're not alone, or know that they, you know, they have similar stories as you, um, or they've came through some traumatic thing and now they're on the other side of it. And I don't know. I'm really proud of myself. I'm damn proud of myself. And it's taken me a long time to realize that, you know, like I didn't see what other people saw in me. I didn't see in myself for the longest time. Coming from a small town, Eastern Kentucky, trying to defy every stereotype imaginable and really breaking generational curses. Be proud of you, whatever you have. Some people are dreaming of the life that you have right now, even if it feels simple, you know? So I can't wait to see what this channel um, evolves into, and talking with you guys more in like this type of way, you know? Not. Not everything has to be this big edited video, and I miss this so much. I miss this part of YouTube. And I missed you guys. So I hope that if you are watching this now and you're not subscribed, that you consider subscribing. I hope that I didn't bore you to death. Yeah, so I don't know. I love you guys. Let's see what happens in 2025. I think this is gonna be a fantastic year. I can't wait to see what happens. Love you all. Bye.